Hey everyone, this is Eli from ChChCheckIt.com here with an After Effects store on everyone's second favorite day of the week, Effects Friday. And today we have a doozy of a tutorial. It is what you saw in the intro, and that is just a short snippet of what we're creating today. You know, it's just shorter, but here is the original intro that everyone wanted to know how I did it. So,
warning. The following video is extremely sexual. So, if you're not a fruit yet and or have a large penis, please like the video.
And it looks pretty complicated because it's actually not too tough to do if I walk you step by step, but it is time consuming, guys. That's all I'm going to say. All typography is time consuming, and that's basically what this tutorial is about today. Simple typography in 3D. So yeah, if you guys like what you see today, please give the video a like. I mean, I will love you forever, Brandon will love you forever, even if you don't like it, but it just helps us out a lot. So give the video a like, share it, whatever. And also, if you guys want to see, like, this tutorial is from our gaming channel, one of our new channels that we released. All of our new Minecraft videos are going up on that channel. We're releasing a new Minecraft video tomorrow, so if you want to go check that out, you should go check them out. Go watch the old episodes on that channel and then check out the new one tomorrow. So, yeah, now let's get to the tutorial. So, as you may notice, I opened up Photoshop, and in Photoshop I have this file. This is the exact file that I used to create that intro. It's actually pretty interesting, huh? It's just a big blank canvas area with a bunch of you know, brushes and stuff from Militia, and you guys can make whatever you want. I don't think I'm going to be releasing this because it was a lot of work on my end, and it's like I don't want to just give you guys something that'll cripple your creativity. So this just saves me a lot of time to use this again. Basically what I did was I created the logo. It's called our insignia, and yeah, I put a nice style on it, and then I hit B for the brush tool. And then I just used, you know, a bunch of different brushes to, whoa, I have no idea what I just did. What did I do? Is Photoshop frozen right now? What is going on? Whoa, okay, Photoshop, like, just froze or something, I don't know. It's being really weird. But you gotta know, guys, this is a massive file. And to create this file, what I did was, wow, it is really lagging right now. Go up to File and New, or you can hit Control N. And then I made an 8,000 by 8,000 picture. And as you could tell, the estimated file size of this, without any pictures or anything, is 183 megabytes. And that's insane. And some people will be like, Eli, why don't you use 300 resolution? It's way better. No, it's not, guys. You don't even notice a difference in the digital realm. Now, if you were going to print out this picture, yes, make that 300 DPI, and it will look way better when you print it. But in the digital realm, you don't need that. It's just unnecessary file size. So, yeah, let's create a new thing. And this is where you guys paint all your pictures and stuff. You know, use different styles. Put your logo in the middle. I'm going to use this one to save time. Just use styles and stuff. Now, the important thing to keep in mind is have an idea of what you want your picture to do in the end. So I know I want mine to zoom in, right? Zoom in on the logo, then stay there for like 2 seconds or whatever. Then I want the camera to zoom up and then go. I already wrote out exactly what I wanted. I wanted Brandon to read warning. And then I wanted the camera to flip upside down and go, the following video is extremely sexual. I knew all of that ahead of time, and I wanted it to go to the bottom, you know? So that's how I modeled it, and that's how you guys should model it as well. You don't just go into this blindly, or else you're going to take forever. You can, if you want. It just takes forever, and it's very unproductive. So my second suggestion for when you're creating your picture is to keep organized. If you notice on the right, this is exactly how it's going to show up in After Effects. These layers, it's going to start with the top layers and then go down, just like in Photoshop. So I put all the things that aren't going to appear, like aren't just going to show up like typography and stuff, that's going to show up. So I keep that out of layers. But all of the like different like the brushes, the brush strokes and everything cosmetic, and even the logo, I keep that in a group, like inside of this group, because I know that I'm not going to be messing with that at all. So yeah, the text and stuff, I can turn that off and on, and I want it that way. So yes, stay organized. Like, I know that the first thing that Brandon's going to say is warning, so I put that as the very first layer. Then the following video is extremely sexual, and so on and so forth. So with that, once you create everything, you're going to save it. So hit Command Shift or Command Shift S on a Mac and Control Shift S on a PC, and then just save it as a Photoshop tutorial. I'm going to save mine as tutorial, but I already saved it before, so I don't need to save it. So just put it on your desktop or something. And now we can get into the After Effects portion of the tutorial. So bring up After Effects, and now in this blank canvas area on the left, we're going to import the tutorial, or yeah, what I called the tutorial. It's the Photoshop image you just created. And now it's going to give you some options. What you want to make sure of is that you're not on footage, because that's default. You want to be on composition with editable layer styles. Okay? Now with that imported, we're going to click this create new composition button down here. It's that like weird box shape, and you don't have to name it anything, because we're lady, what the freak, we're lazy. What is wrong with me right now? And I'm gonna make mine full 1080p, 1920 by 1080, and I'm going to make mine the original tutorial, or the original like intro that you saw with like Brandon speaking and stuff. That was 13 seconds, but I'm not going to do the whole entire thing on camera because that's pretty useless, so I'm just going to do it about 8 seconds. And the background color is fine, and then hit OK. So now we can import the tutorial layer into After Effects. Now it's going to take a little while, because if you're at full, it might even crash your computer if your computer is not good enough. So here's what I'm going to recommend you do. Toggle it down from full down all the way to third, and that just makes things render a lot faster. Even on my beastly computer, guys, I have to bring it down to third in order to even edit anything. So yeah, let's just keep moving on. After this finds the first frame, I'm actually going to put it right about here, just so it finds the frame a little bit further into it. Okay, so boom, look at that. So it found the frame, and it looks perfect. Alright, we're done, guys. Good job. Just kidding. I haven't done that joke in a while. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to double click the tutorial layer and bring up the composition. And as I said before, check it out. All of the layers are showing up exactly how you put them in Photoshop. And then the group layer, where with everything that, like, here, I'll just show you real quick. I'll turn off the group layer, and boom, now everything but the text is gone, and vice versa too. I can select all these and then hit the eyeball. Whoa, what just happened there? Then hit the eyeball, and it turns off everything. So that's why I kept everything in a group that I didn't want to make appear, and I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. So now we need to get to the nitty-gritty. We need to figure out exactly how we want to animate this. So I'm going to focus on the first couple. Actually, no, I'm not. Let's just keep it out, actually zoomed out. Let's make it to where you made your actual composition. I'm going to bring it to 8 seconds, and then trim comp to work area, just so it's more organized and I can actually see the frames more. So the first thing we're going to do is get the animations down. So I know within the first couple of frames, I'm going to do about a 20 frame zoom. That's how long I want the zoom to come in. So it's going to start out all far, then it's going to come in, and it's going to stay on the composition for a few seconds, right? About 2 seconds. But I don't want it to last that long. So at 2 seconds, maybe a little bit before, that's where I want the animation to start going up. I want the camera then to move up and then make warning appear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select warning. I'm going to select all the way down to the bottom of whatever you want, like to appear and stuff. Hit T for opacity, and I'm going to turn all of the opacities down to 0. Okay? And now I'm going to unselect that, go back to warning. So at about 2 seconds, the camera is going to go from right here, go up to where warning is, and then I'm going to hit T for warning. I'm going to hit the stopwatch, and then it's going to be at 0 opacity, right? But then at about, a little bit after 2 seconds maybe, that's where I want warning to appear. This is very simple typography, guys. I'm just going to make it pop up like I did in the video, and yeah, it's just going to appear. So now I'm going to actually copy these frames by selecting them both and hitting Control or Command C. And with that, now we can move on to the next step. So it appears, right? And it's going to go warning for a few frames. Let's go actually about a little less than a second. It's going to sit there, and then the camera is going to move. It's going to flip around, and then it's going to show up the following video. So then let's hit T on the following video, and then let's select opacity and then hit Command or Control V, and then the next one will then appear at that point. So we're going to check our timing in a little bit, but I'm just, going off the top of my head how I wanted this to show up. So we're just going to continue down the line. So it's going to go warning, and then after a second it's going to flip and then go to the following video is, and then we're going to go to extreme, hit T, select opacity, go forward a few frames, maybe to about 320, and then hit Control V. Then it's going to go extremely, and then we're going to do the same thing again, hit T on sexual, select opacity, and then hit V. So it's going to go extremely sexual. Boom. So just to check our timing, I'm going to grab the work area, I'm going to close it in on our keyframes, and this is where you check your timing, okay? So I'm going to hit 0, let it pre-render. It might take a little bit, guys. I mean, you got to remember, this is a huge 8,000 by 8,000 picture, but this is the best and most efficient way I learned how to do typography, so, or taught myself, whatever. So it goes, warning, the following video is extremely, okay, that's way too fast. So let's actually zoom this out a little bit. Whoa. Grab the work area, and the following video is, let's bring this back. And this is where you just manipulate it to the point where you want it. So, warning, the following video is extremely sexual. Warning, the following video is extremely sexual. Warning, the following video. Let's try. Warning, the following video is extremely sexual. That actually might look pretty good. Maybe put sexual back a little bit further. And with that, I'm only going to do the basic animations, guys, because I don't want to get all the way down here and doing all that too. You'll get the gist of it, and then my little butterflies that you guys can take this information and blossom into whatever. But what's after a butterfly? A dragon. You guys will now become dragons. Take the information I'm giving you and become that dragon. Okay, so I have the timing down. As you can tell, warning, the following video is extremely sexual. So, what do you do after you have all of the timing down, Eli? Well, random person I don't know, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back into the composition, okay? We're going to right click and we're going to go New, Camera. And we can just call this Camera 1, whatever you want. I'm going to make it 15 millimeters, so it's a wide angle lens. Then I'm also going to go New, Null Object. And let's just hit enter on the null object and call it Control. Okay, so with Control selected, what we're going to do is we're going to hit 3D for Control. We're also going to bring up the 3D options for tutorial. And now we're going to select Camera. We're going to pick whip it to the Control. And now let's put Control under it and bring up the options for the transform options. And check this out. When you bring up the scale, it zooms out. Isn't that awesome? It's freaking amazing. Let's move it over so it's right in the middle. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go to the beginning, and now we can start the animations. Aren't you guys so excited right now? I'm excited. It doesn't look very centered to me, so I'm just going to move this around until I get it centered where I want it to be. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to toggle the stopwatches that's creating keyframes for position, scale, and orientation. So we're going to start with scale. Let's turn the scale up a ton so it zooms out. And you will notice a problem. Now, what's the problem, guys? The problem is that there's a bunch of black on the outside. I have nothing against black things. I'm not racist. But this doesn't look right. So we're going to select in this area again. We're going to go New, Solid. And we're going to do this little color selector. And we're going to click the color that you made your background. And then hit OK. And we're just going to call this BG Fallout. Then we're going to drag it to the very bottom. And boom. Now, even though it's in third, you can tell that it matches up a lot better. And the edges don't look very good here, but you won't even notice that. Trust me, guys. They won't notice. Okay, so now that our scale is all the way out, we're going to go about, 20, maybe a little less than 20 frames into the animation. And then we're going to put the scale down to about 300. Maybe a little further in. Further. Don't like it. Yeah, I like that. That's a lot better. Maybe move the... Yeah. That's cool looking. Okay, so we already have the basic the animation going for this. So it goes here, then it stays, and I don't like how long it's going to stay there for. Let's make it stay until right about here, and then do a nice slow camera pan. And sorry, I'm just talking to myself. Here's what we're going to do. So you're going to go to how long you want it to zoom in on the logo. Then we're going to select all of these keyframe generators. And that just creates a wall. So then every animation that you did over here doesn't get affected by what you're going to do after that. So we know that the next animation starts around a little bit after 2 seconds. So we're going to have the null object selected, of course, control, then select position. We're going to grab the null object and we're going to move it up. And we're going to find the area that warning pops in right there. Okay, so then we're going to mess with the position and orientation and even scale. So let's zoom, or let's move the orientation over. Yeah, that's looking a little better. I'm going to make it just horizontal with what I created. And then scale, I'm actually going to zoom in. Whoa, that's way too far. Whoa, that's looking better. Maybe not that far. Yeah, I like that. Now let's make this more horizontal. Maybe not perfectly horizontal. Let's keep a little angle on it because we're hipsters and we don't want to be the social norm. Okay. What the freak? Okay, so it's a little too high right there. Perfect. Okay, so now let's just recap. It zooms in. It stays here for a few not even a second. Let's actually make this last a little longer. That's what she said. Just kidding. Boom. So then the camera goes up, and boom. Then the next animation appears. So then boom, right about there. Let's go right here, right before. So you can use page up and page down to go literally frame by frame. So page up, page up. Okay, so it moves there. I'm using page down, and then boom, not even 2 seconds, or not 2 seconds, not even 2 frames later, it starts appearing. So this is looking pretty good. So what do we do now, Eli? Well, it goes on to warning for a little while, if you remember. Then the camera pans, and it goes here. So let's go right about here, create another wall, so we can manipulate this again. Let's go right about here just so we can see and we can move the keyframes later. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it. So let's grab the orientation. I actually would probably rather have it go the other way this time. I like it, the camera moving left instead. So I'm going to go here. Okay, I like that. Cool, I like how that's looking. It's a little bit like off center and a little bit not horizontal. Perfect. So now we're going to grab the null object and bring it down. Cool. Right about there looks cool. Wow, that looks really good. And just for safekeeping, we're going to toggle the scale again. We're going to keep it here until the next piece of There, that appears. So then we're going to create another brick wall, then we're going to move them back, and then we're going to do our next animation. So let's have it zoom in a little bit on extremely, and let's also move it down, of course, so then it's more of the focus. So extremely, and then orientation, let's just keep it the same. Okay, so that goes kind of quick, so let's see where that goes. Extremely, sorry guys, I'm just doing some quick editing here. I don't like how that looks. Okay, so then it goes extremely, maybe a little further back, and move that forward. Okay, cool. So it goes extremely, then it's going to do sexual. So on sexual, let's select all these again, move it back just 2 frames, and then we're going to actually make a zoom in. Oh, whoa, that's too much. Too much. What was it at before? Let's see what it was at before. It was at 52, so then it zooms in again. Sexual, perfect. Okay, so then let's actually move the null down again too. See how this is just trial and error, guys? I mean, there's no specific way to do this. It's just typography. It's just it's how you do it. It's how you believe in yourself. As cheesy as that sounds. So now let's hit 0 to pre-render this and see what we've created so far and see if we like it. So boom, it zooms in, lasts a little bit. Warning, the following video is extremely sexual. Oh, that looks awesome. That looks magnificent. So boom, zooms in, warning, following video is extremely sexual. Awesome. So I actually don't like how long it takes this to zoom in, so I'm going to do that. Just make tweaks, guys. Once you have the basic animation done, it's awesome just to tweak it a little bit and just have fun with it. And remember, kids, have fun with it. That's Jimmy Neutron. Don't know if anyone remembers that. Okay, so I'm getting off topic again. Alright, so with that, the basic animation is done. That's all I'm going to show you guys regarding the animation portion. I'm going to keep showing you guys how I created the intro. I'm just going to stop right there with animation portion because it just takes so long. So the next thing we're going to do is, as you could tell, the animation is very dead. It's boring. The camera has no movement. It's just, I hate it. I throw up when I look at it. So what we're going to do is you see the stopwatch for position? We're going to click and hold Alt, then we're going to click that stopwatch. Oh, wait, what's it? Oh, I have multiple things selected. So make sure that you only have position selected, then click and hold Alt, then click the stopwatch. Or not. Oh, yeah, there it is. So transform position. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to type in wiggle, parenthesis, and I'm going to do 1.6 comma, let's do 18. Yeah, that sounds good. So now I'm going to hit 0 and see how I like the animation. Warning, the following video is extremely sexual. And do you see how much more life it has now? It's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so also you might notice that it was very static. Everything was very quick because these keyframes are not what you call easy ease keyframes. So select all the keyframes, then hit F9, and now check out the animation again. Hit 0 and just check out how much more fluid everything is. Much better. With that, now the animation is done, guys. Aren't you happy I showed you this? Now all that's left is to make it look nice. So we're going to right click in this blank canvas area. We're going to go new adjustment layer. We're going to hit enter and we're going to call it CC. Actually, just call it EVGA because we're not going to be doing any color correction here. Right click again and let's do another adjustment layer. Hit enter, call this blur or depth of field. It really doesn't matter. Drag it under the vignette, and with vignette selected, I'm just going to use the misfire vignette like I did in the last tutorial. If you guys are confused or want a little bit more detail on how to create your own like composition and stuff like that, like the picture, that I'm using to like create this. You guys can check out the last tutorial. I'll give a link at the beginning and right now. So yeah, but for right now I'm just going to continue this tutorial. So yeah, I'm going to just drag and drop this vignette in here. Now for the blur, I'm going to go up to Effect, Blur and Sharpen, and I'm going to create a Gaussian blur. I'm going to do about a 10 pixel blur. Doesn't have to be perfect. 10.2. Oh no, it's a little bit off. Don't sue me. Gosh. Go up to, it might be a rectangular tool for you. I'm going to go down to Ellipse tool, double click it, and that creates an elliptical marquee mask. And I'm going to invert it. I'm going to turn up the feather about 300 pixels. That's nice. Expansion, I'm going to put it down a bit just so it focuses more on the middle. Okay. And with that, I'm not going to animate any of the vignette or anything like that because I'm lazy right now. And with that, the look is now done and it looks awesome. And the last thing to do is, of course, if you haven't saved it yet, save it because your computer might be crashing through this whole thing. But I'm going to save it now, so I'm going to hit Control-Shift-S. Oh, look how laggy this is. I'm just going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to call this Tut. Save. And that's just in case the computer crashes at this point, because this is where it gets intense on your computer, guys. You're going to enable the motion blur. So hit the little ball that's bouncing. And now hit the ball. All you need to do is hit the ball on the tutorial layer. And then hit Control-S just to save it again, just in case. And with that, now you're ready to go up to full. Because you have to have it at full to render it. Or at least I believe that's how it used to be in After Effects. I haven't checked if that's how it is anymore, but better safe than sorry. So with that, all that's left is to render the mother now. And I know it's going to take a little while. Actually, you know what? I'll put the fade in and out in here too, just so I don't have to render it 3 times. So I'm going to keep it at third real quick. I'm going to right click, go New, Solid. Let's make a black solid, and we're going to call it Fades. Whoa, Fades. I always do that. I always keep the capital on a little bit longer than I should. Okay, so we're going to go to the beginning. We're going to hit T for opacity on the fades layer. We're going to toggle the keyframe. We're going to go forward. We're going to drop down all the way. Let's see. Okay, we don't want it to last that long. That's what she said. Yeah, that looks a lot better, but let's actually make it go a little bit sooner. Yeah, okay, cool. Maybe right there. Perfect. Okay, so now we go to about where the last animation ends, which should be around this area. Extremely sexual. So I'll just do it at 5 seconds. Let's hit the keyframe here. Go all the way to the end and then go 100%. So it fades out. And with that, now we are ready to Control-S and then go up to full. And now we can render it. So, let's do it. I mean, I'm almost ready. Are you guys ready? Are you holding on to your hats? Because this is intense. I mean, I'm shaking right now. It's that intense for me. Holy crap, this is taking a while. You see how intense this is, guys, even for my beastly computer. But if you guys want to click off the video now, that's fine. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to do a quick render. So add to render queue. And I'm going to go down to lossless. I'm going to select it. And then I'm going to go from AVI to Windows Media, just so it's not a massive file. But you guys can always check out my rendering tutorial and do any one of those other recommended renders that I say. And if you are using Windows Media like I am right now, make sure it's on Windows Media Video 9 on variable quality at 100% and hit OK. And you don't need audio because I put it in afterwards. So then hit OK and then call it and save it where you want. I'm going to save it to desktop and I'm going to call it MixSwag. I don't know why. And hit save and then hit render. Okay guys, and with that, it is done. Aren't you so proud of yourselves for creating something so cool and awesome? I'm proud of you, and I'm happy that I got through this tutorial, even though it's going to be like an hour long. I have no idea how long it's going to be. That's what she said. Wow, so many that's what she said jokes. Okay, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will put this 3 times at the end of the video with some music, so if you guys want to, you guys can stay and watch what we all created together. And if you don't want to watch it, then I don't care. Okay, it only hurt my feeling a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to watch the next episode of Minecraft Poop, tune in to our gaming channel tomorrow, and we will release it. And with that, I will see you guys later on the next episode of Effects Friday.